Seems legit. Laser.
Hey legitimates, welcome back to my channel. Today we are using my S1 xTool 20 watt laser to make a custom shaker. So these are awesome metal shakers because I don't think my husband should have plastic ones. He leaves them in the car overnight and then they go gross. So I have laser engraved on both sides, all in one sitting. I'll show you how I do it. But let's get started. So we're going to open xTool Creative Space, and then we're going to go over here and use a rotary attachment, and I have the chuck roller, so that's what we'll be using. Next, you need to either work out the diameter or the perimeter of the circle that you're doing, and it'll give you both numbers. It's like a little calculator, which is very cool. So next up, we need to pick our design. I'm actually just going to be doing some text, and I want it all in capitals, and I want to have the next word in a bit of a curve, so I need to make that separately. And then we're going to go and pick a font. Now I've picked something called Army Buster that I got from dafont.com. There are a bunch of built-in fonts. That's just one that I wanted to do for this because that's what my husband requested. So I'm going to have them both the same font, and we're going to line them up. We also want to pick engrave and not just score. Score will just do the outside. Then you take this little thing here and you can bend the letters. So you can see I can do a tight circle or a less tight circle. And then I want this word to be much bigger. I'm going to go bigger than that, I think. Yeah, a little bit bigger. This is what he tells people when he's at the gym, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to select it all and then right click and select group. And that means it will now move as one solid thing. This is the second thing that he wanted on the shaker. So I have just imported that. I didn't show you that because I had to go and find it in the computer and it took a while. I'm now going to shrink these down so that they are the same size, because that's just what I want. And then I'm going to draw the rectangle of how big the shaker is. So this number over here needs to be the same as the perimeter of our shaker. So this is the engravable space that I have to work with. So I'm going to just place them both within there, and I'm going to place them with a gap in between. So you can see I did eyeball it, but there's about the same gap at the bottom as in between the two things. Hopefully that means that they will go opposite each other on the shaker. Then once you've done that, you can delete the rectangle. It's just a guide to set things up. So you can actually move this anywhere you want. And then we need to turn on our laser. All right, we can see that it's not level, which I didn't think it would be. I'm going to take a coaster and jack it up until it sits level, which is to there. That's pretty on the money. I don't know if you can see that from that angle, but we are good. Maybe if I shut the lid and then open it again, the lights will come on. So we are now level. So now we can shut this and go to the program. Now that we're back into the program, I'm going to select both and go user-defined materials. I actually know what power to do because I've done a test setting. So I personally like 90% power and 400 millimeters per second for speed. And that gives a really nice finish. I'm just showing the last little bit of me lining up the design. So you can see it kind of rolls backwards first and then forwards. And I didn't want to get those markings there. So I've positioned it right in the middle. This is me just tweaking it right there. And I keep trying and do the framing until I know it's right. So this should be nearly good. I've got one more thing here. Sometimes you can go too far. Alright guys, so here it goes lasing. I've made it really, really fast, but this whole design only took about 17 minutes start to finish to actually laser. And I do love the xTool system because it gives you a countdown of how many minutes have happened versus how many it's expected to take. So you can kind of keep track of your time a little bit. This one also jumped back and forth, but it still worked out fine. And now it's all done. All right, the final cleanup, somebody taught me this and I'm going to share it with the world. Magic Eraser, this is the home brand. It is called Eraser Block. And white vinegar. I don't know why it works, it just does. I can't find my other piece, so we are opening a new packet. You can just break them off into smaller bits if you want to. But just a little bit of vinegar on the Magic Eraser, and you can see it soaks in because it kind of slightly changes color. And then we go from this, look at the difference. Can you see that? I can. I possibly put a little bit too much in. You can also, on this one's got like a scratchy bit. I don't know, but that looks heaps shinier. We're going to do the same to the other side just to take off the little bit of discoloration. I am going to use this end to help soak up the excess. But I can see that it has taken off more of the color and now it's super, super shiny. Now these settings might not work for you depending, I don't know, on your laser. I see a lot of people, when I first did this, I picked settings that other people were using in the Facebook group and they didn't work for me. So I did a tester sheet to try these out, but it looks amazing. So this is for my husband. You could make these and sell them. You could put all motivational quotes or you could just offer their name, whatever. But pretty cheap Christmas gift too. Custom shakers for all of your gym buddies. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time.